Welcome to J.J. Foley's Cafe, a Boston bar and institution that survived Prohibition thanks to Jeremiah Foley's hardworking and creative grandfather. Was he selling more than shoes?
Yes.
January 17, 1920, J.J. Foley's and watering holes nationwide came under the hammer of the 18th Amendment, kicking off a period of Prohibition lasting longer than anyone expected.
So it was an interesting experiment that just didn't work.
Writer Stephanie Shora would occasionally have a drink at Foley's on Thursday nights when the Boston Herald used to be just around the corner.
There were people here every Thursday. We will not mention names.
Those memories served as her entry point to her book, Drinking Boston, A History of the City and Its Spirits.
People asked me, oh, was it fun doing the research? And I said, well, it was. There was a lot. There was a lot of library research and not enough drinking.
Shura studied drinking habits in establishments in Boston before, during, and after Prohibition.
For Prohibition, they estimated that there were about 1,000 bars in this area. And during Prohibition, there was about 4,000 speakeasies. So there was definitely scofflaws, a word that was invented in Boston.
Scofflaw, someone who flouts the law, especially one that's difficult to enforce.
That's my grandfather, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Foley's grandfather, Jeremiah, came to Boston from County Kerry, Ireland. In 1909, he opened a bar with his name on it on Dover Street, successfully serving the immigrant community here. And then came Prohibition. But Foley's business was everything to him and his family, and he knew that if he didn't adapt, he wouldn't survive. So he started selling shoes.
We didn't sell too many shoes.
Some of the speakeasies were just people in their kitchens. There were, however, some clubs that were more like, almost like tea rooms. And then there were the real rock'em sock'em. You knock on the door, you give the password, there was music, there were people dancing.
Of course, Prohibition was hard to enforce, and in 1933, the amendment was repealed.
It was just a massive, massive party in Boston. It was a social experiment that, for all intents and purposes, did not succeed.
But it did succeed in temporarily stunting the growth of a craft cocktail culture, which experts say didn't see a robust revival until the 80s, and then faced another, more recent challenge.
Cocktails that I tend to gravitate towards are ones where I read the description on the menu and my reaction is, how could that possibly work?
Ryan Paulhemus is bar manager at Offsuit, a speakeasy in downtown Boston, birthed during the pandemic.
Sort of reminded us how important it was and is to, connect with your friends, connect with strangers, and alcohol always helps.
When you get to Offsuit, if you can find it, call the number on the door, and don't you dare knock.
I think everybody loves a secret door. Certainly the little boy in me is always excited by them. Wherever I go, I seek them out. If you are selling liquor legally, then I think technically you're not a speakeasy, but it's still fun to pretend.
He says the pandemic also developed expert-level home bartenders who were seeking something extra special and Instagrammable on nights out.
You can't just put a drink in a coupe and have that be good enough anymore. All aspects of drinking culture, I think, have just gotten more elevated.
He says that's a fun challenge, but what worries him more is a restriction of a more modern kind, and that's a limited number of liquor licenses the city doles out.
Liquor licenses here are about $500,000 right now in the city of Boston proper, which makes it difficult for somebody with talent and ambition, but without enormous financial backing, to even take a run in an industry that is notoriously difficult to be successful in already.
He hopes the industry can remain accessible and creative with the same kind of hard work that got Jeremiah Foley out of Prohibition and well into the 21st century.
He's looking down on us all the time, rooting for us.
Today, Foley's remains a family-run institution, passing down recipes and stories from generation to generation. And on this anniversary of the 18th Amendment, they're serving some classic advice.
The key to work is showing up.